The following program does not offer personal medical advice. Please consult your doctor before using any treatment or product we cover. Welcome to Go to Health Media with your host, Jonathan Marks. We provide a welcoming environment where experts educate you on important health topics, answer your questions, and provide information from which you can benefit in consultation with your doctor. You can visit and subscribe to the show at gotohealthmedia.com. And now, here is Jonathan Marks. Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marks. Welcome back to Go to Health. We know each other pretty well by now, so let me ask you a personal question. Do you have to find a bathroom to go pee more often than you like? About 30% of men and 40% of women in the U.S. have a condition that's called overactive bladder, or OAB. The numbers may be much higher because a lot of people think it's just part of aging and don't report symptoms to their doctor. OAB is common in people 65 and older, but women may have it at a younger age, usually around 45, and we'll talk about that more with our guest. Are you tired of feeling like your overactive bladder is running the show? Do you find yourself constantly worrying about when and where you'll be able to find a bathroom? Overactive bladder causes anxiety, embarrassment, and disruption to daily life. And there are things you can do about it. You don't have to live like this. To talk with us today, we're honored to have Holly Robinson Peete. She's an actor, author, talk show host, activist, and philanthropist working in the film and TV industry for more than 3 decades. She is popularly known for her roles as Judy Hoffs on 21 Jump Street, Dr. Malena Ellis on For Your Love, and was one of the original co-hosts of The Talk, as well as her most recent hosting of the dating show Queen's Court. Holly is also a passionate advocate, raising awareness of several diseases through her HollyRod Foundation, founded with her husband and former football player Rodney Peete. How are you today, Holly? Good to have you with us.
Oh, I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Good. So tell us a little bit about what you've been up to lately. What kind of work are you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing a lot. Recently became an empty nester, so that's a little adjustment in life.
Congratulations. Yes.
But they keep coming back to the nest, Jonathan, and it doesn't stay empty for long for some
No, it
reason.
doesn't. I know.
But so that's been fun. And so we've just been working in some travel. My husband and I are going to celebrate 30 years coming up soon. So
Good for you.
that's a big number. And yes, as you mentioned, we're co-hosting a show, dating show called Queen's Court. Very excited about that. That's on Peacock and streams on Peacock and Bravo. I'm going to be on the Celebrity Lego Bricktacular show on Fox on December 10th. That was so much fun because I love Legos and putting them together, and we did that for charity. And then today I'm just, here talking about what you were talking about, that you were totally describing me in the beginning. OAB, overactive bladder, is something that I was diagnosed with a few years ago. And I just don't see a lot of awareness out there about it. And I wanted to be someone that could, put some awareness out there.
Good. We're really glad to have you talking about this. So how did you first notice that you were having these kind of symptoms, and what made you think about going to see a doctor about it? Why didn't you just think, oh, this is just part of aging and getting older? What was different?
Well, I did think that it was just part of aging and getting older. So I just adjusted my lifestyle. I'm a very active person. But I was noticing things like I was bathroom mapping everywhere I went. I wasn't going to concerts. I wasn't working out at the gym because I didn't want to be too far away from the bathroom. I travel a lot. I like a window seat. I wasn't booking those because I didn't want to step over everybody, having to go to the bathroom 20,000 times on a flight. Just all these things. And I thought, okay, just because I'm going through menopause, I'm getting older. That's probably what that is. But it wasn't until I sat down with a group of girlfriends and we started talking, and they were like, girl, every time we go out, you're looking for the bathroom. And, there's no safer space than being with your girlfriends. They're going to tell you like it is.
Yeah.
And that is how I realized that there was something really chronically off with this situation, with me having to go. My symptoms were leakage episodes, urgency and frequency, and it was just all the time. And so one of my girlfriends said, you need to go talk to a doctor because you might have OAB. I had not heard of that before. And that's how I ended up in the doctor's office having what I was worried would be a really awkward conversation. It was embarrassing to talk about. But it turned out to be a great conversation because I found out about OAB and then found some treatment options.
And when you say you were having to go frequently and looking for the bathroom, how often are we talking about? Once an hour, twice an hour? I mean, how bad is it?
I'm trying to remember, I kind of blocked it out in a lot of ways. It's been a few years because the Gemtesa that I'm taking now has just really improved my OAB symptoms. But I want to say, well, put it this way. I was shooting a Hallmark movie and I had to go like at least during the day, at least 10, 15 times a day.
Wow.
So it was a lot of times.
A lot.
And there's a term, this will really like make you humble. There's a term that they use on sets when the actor is in the bathroom. It's called 10-1. So an actor's 10-1. So they'll be on like the walkie-talkie. Oh, where's Holly? Oh, she's 10-1. And they started to call me 10-1 and give me that nickname. That wasn't the nickname that I really wanted.
Right.
Stuff like that that'll make you realize, okay, this is really chronic and you may need to go talk to somebody about this.
Right.
Yeah.
So as embarrassing and comfortable as this feels, why is it important to speak to a doctor about this if you feel like you're having to go too frequently?
Because it's something that can be controlled and managed. And it's a chronic condition, I discovered, meaning that, treatment will reduce symptoms. It doesn't eliminate them. So it's important to be consistent with your treatment regimen. But when I talked to my doctor, he recommended that I try Gemtesa, and he was really honest with me, told me there could be some serious side effects like urinary retention and allergic reaction with swelling of the lips and face, more common side effects like headache, UTI, and cold symptoms. My doctor told me, the two of us decided that Gemtesa would be a really good fit for me. And like I said, I've noticed an improvement with my OAB symptoms. That conversation with him was key to finding, out what was going on and how to treat it.
What kind of questions should you ask your doctor before starting a treatment? I mean, how did you begin this conversation? You said it was embarrassing, hard to bring up. What kind of questions should we ask if we feel like we're having these symptoms?
Well, first of all, your doctor's heard everything. So the whole idea of being embarrassing in front of your doctor is kind of ridiculous because they've heard it all.
Yep.
So you need to be honest, super honest about what you're experiencing, really run down what your typical day is like, even the embarrassing parts. Even if you have, an accident, these leakage episodes are not fun, no matter how you tell the story. But it's important to have this conversation. And then obviously asking about the side effects, which I said earlier, and asking about what might be a good treatment for you. And those are the things that you need to ask your doctor. Those are the ways you need to have the conversation. And again, listen to your body. Your body's trying to tell you stuff all day long. And so listen to your body. And then just really noticing that, again, it wasn't aging. It wasn't menopause for me. It was overactive bladder. And this is a condition. It's a real thing. Approximately 33 million adults across the U.S. are experiencing this. So you're not alone.
Got it. Yeah. Remember, I said at the top of the show, 30% of women and 40% of men. So you're not alone. Now, we can go to a website to learn more, and it's a great website name. It's called timetogo.com. I love that name.
Yeah, timetogo.com. It's a great website. It talks that you'll see so much about OAB, more information about Gemtesa, and you'll meet the Gemtesa go-getters. And we are a community of people who understand when you got to go, you got to go. And we all have OAB, and we discuss what it's like. Sometimes when you find your people and you find your tribe and you're talking to other people that are experiencing what you're experiencing, it can be a really safe space. So I definitely urge people to go to timetogo.com.
Good. Now, tell us a little bit more, Holly, about your nonprofit. You support a number of diseases and raising awareness. Tell us more about that.
Thank you for asking. So HollyRod Foundation was founded by myself and my husband, Rodney Peete. We started HollyRod because my father had Parkinson's disease, but he was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's in the 80s. Before Muhammad Ali, before Michael J. Fox, there was no information. I remember being a student at Sarah Lawrence College and going to the library and looking up microfiche, if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, my kids had to Google what that was. But, and really doing research on what Parkinson's was and just didn't have a lot of information. So my husband and I started HollyRod Foundation for families that were impacted by Parkinson's and trying to advocate for them. And then when our oldest son was born, he was the firstborn son, they were twins, and it was his twin sister, and he was diagnosed with autism when he was 3, we realized we wanted to expand our mission and help advocate for those families as well. We're 25 years in, and it's been a really great ride. It's very gratifying to be able to support and advocate for these families.
And what's the website address for that?
HollyRod.org, like Holly and Rodney, HollyRod.org. And yeah, there's information on there about what we do. And it's been, again, just an absolute blessing to be able to support and advocate for Parkinson's disease families and autism.
Good. Great. So, Holly, are there any questions that I haven't asked you that you'd want me to ask, or something? What else do you want to tell us before we split?
I think we covered it all. I think we did a good job covering it all. And I just really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about OAB, to spread awareness. Just hoping if someone's listening that they will, if they hear and some of these symptoms sound like something they're experiencing, that they will go talk to their doctor, have that conversation, and hopefully find a treatment that works for them.
Great. Thanks so much for being with us today, Holly. It was really good talking with you and getting to meet you.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll do our best to get the word out. We've been talking with Holly Robinson Peete. She's an actor. She's also got her own foundation with her husband. It's called the HollyRod Foundation. And she is a patient with overactive bladder who's successfully worked with it with her doctor. And you can learn more about this at timetogo.com. Thanks again so much for being with us, Holly.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Good. And remember, as we say at the end of every show, go to health. Take care. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks, Holly.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in this week to Go to Health Media. Be sure to join Jonathan Marks and another health expert next time. You can also catch the program on your favorite podcast platform. Until our next show, be sure to visit us on the web at gotohealthmedia.com and elevate your life.